Hello again. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Tiki's World. I am back. I wanted to touch on a topic that's very bothering to me when it comes down to your self worth and setting boundaries. I am 50 years old, and at this point in my life, I have learned that I must first focus on God and focus on my self worth and draw boundaries. That's just, point blank. We must set boundaries. We should not put ourselves out there as, I'm not going to say weak, but we are people pleasers. And now I am talking about women. Now, there are some men that's the same way. But we must learn to stop trying so hard to make a person be the way you want them to be, because at the end of the day, they're going to do what they want to do. Sometimes people think that the grass is greener on the other side, and sometimes we just have to let them go and see for themselves whether or not the grass is greener on the other side. But that's not for us to focus on. You know, we must be strong enough to wish anybody well that no longer wants to be in your life. And I'm not just talking about relationships, I'm talking about families, because everybody can't go where the Lord is leading you to and taking you to. So I said that to say that we must love ourselves and treat ourselves as we should, and that's with integrity. We must be strong. We must be self-motivated. That's very important, because there's a lot of hurt people that's out here in this world. And people have gone on, with their lives, and don't have a care in the world. You have people that, walk out on you. They don't check on you, to see how your mental is going. Even though, you try to reach out to them, at some point you have to just let it go. Just let it go, you know, because at the end of the day, things tends to circle back and hit people in the face, and they realize, man, I messed up. I had someone that was good, to me. I had someone that I could look up to, that I could depend on. But I will say this, regardless, even if people mistreat you, you don't have to give the same energy, because if that's not you, that's just not you. So therefore, you should treat people with kindness regardless, because what goes around comes around. And that is a true fact. We have all made mistakes. We have all made decisions and choices, that we thought that would be good for us. You know, when people make promises to you and they tend to renege on those promises, that means that there's something going on with them. If they can't keep a promise with you, they can't even keep a promise with themselves. They're lost, they're blind, they don't know where they're going. They're just living. They're just living in the moment. But I guarantee you, when you're living in the moment, there's something that's going to happen in your life that's going to make you realize and regret the short moments that you felt like, hey, I'm good. I'm doing what I want to do. I'm happy. I'm peaceful. You know, people don't have morals and values anymore. I'm not going to say everyone is like that, but there's a lot of people that just don't have morals and values anymore. They don't value anything. They're very selfish. They treat you like they never knew you. It's almost like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. You know, and when you know a person, now I will say this, you never get to know a person all the way. I don't care how long you've dealt with them, they've been in your life. And again, I must stress again that it doesn't matter who it is. It could be your loved ones, your siblings, your significant other, your spouse, your husband, your best friend. But when you know that you've done all that you could do to make a person happy, you've gone out of your way for them, and yet, you know, you get treated like trash on the street, someday, you know, and it's sad to say, but it will come back. And it's going to come back worse on them. So the best way to be is just to be yourself, love yourself, you know, spend time with yourself, and most importantly, know your self-worth, because you don't need anyone to validate who you are and validate your worth, because you already know. So we must learn to just, you know, just move on, move forward, and be happy. And you know, again, like I always tell you guys, when I'm talking to you guys, I am talking to myself as well. I could write a book about my life. And, you know, I think about all the time that, you know, when people are hurting and the person that's hurting them, they see it, they know it, but they don't care. All they care about is their happiness. And that's called selfish. Don't nobody want no selfish person in their life around them, because that's negative energy. Very negative. And that's considered abuse. That is definitely abuse. There is it's just not physical, sometimes emotional abuse hurts worse than physical abuse. And I've been in abusive relationships. But I just wanted to come on and just be an encouragement to someone else out there that has gone through that life of hurt and pain, abuse, neglect, abandonment, left alone to pick up all the pieces by yourself. But I will assure you that you're not by yourself if you just take out time to depend on God, because that's the only one that we can depend and trust on and confide in. He's never going to go back. When you talk to God and you tell him about your situation and make it plain and clear of what's going on with your life, which he already knows and he sees it. But you have to ask for his strength to help you get through those things. And I just want you guys to know that you are not alone. You're never alone. Even though it feels that way, you're not alone. Now, I will talk on men. You know, men are supposed to be protectors. They're supposed to make sure that their home is taken care of. That's number one. That's their priority. Not number one, but it's God first. And then their priority is to take care of their home and make sure their home front is straight. But when they're out there in the world and they're running up behind people, following people that don't live that type of lifestyle, of living the way God purposely made for us to live, you know, that stuff backfires on you. It backfires on you. It doubles right back to you. So just learn every day and strive every day to be happy. Find a happy place in your life. You know, I'm not saying, if you were a person that returned those type of favors to other people. No, don't be that way. Strive to be better. Strive to be better today than you were yesterday. I just felt the need to come on here and share that thought with anyone that's going through that, because just know that God sees it all. He see it, and he knows what you're going through. He cares about you. He don't like what you're going through. He don't like what he see. But you have to allow God to deal with people like that. You have to be still and let God handle and fight your battles, because you don't have the strength to do it. And I just wanted to encourage anybody that's going through that. If you're going through financial hardship, if you're going through a breakup, if you're going through a separation, if you're going through divorce, if your whole family is broken, no one is you know together as one, you know to love on each other and to help each other get through whatever it is that they're going through. Because again, like I always say, the hearts of many will wax cold according to the word of God. And there are some cold hearted people out here in this world. I truly know for a fact that there are some cold hearted people in this world. And I'm also, when you're in a season like that, learn to hold yourself accountable as well. Learn to forgive yourself as well. Any trauma that you have gone through, forgive whomever caused that trauma in your life. Forgive them and move on. Move on, because, hey, there's someone out there that will love you and love you for who you are. When you make vows, when you have family, when you have best friends, and just one little thing will mess that up. But I come to realize that sometimes we get too comfortable and we forget about God. And when God give us what we desire, we forget about him. And what he does is, God is a jealous God, and he will not have any God placed before him. And when you get to the point to where you don't even really give God any of your time, not any of your time. And that's when God will come in and turn your world upside down. He will allow that to happen. And he will show you things that, you'd be like, wow, That's all you can say is, wow, I was not expecting that. But, it is reality. And you have to accept it. And, if you've tried all you could, you have to let it go. Just let it go. Because the very people that said that they would love you and care for you and, never mistreat you, they would never turn their back on you. When you confide in them, you know that your word is kept secret with them. And when things tend to go wrong, they throw it in your face. Those people, they are blind. They need help. They have lost their self-identity. But what they don't realize, the same medication that they give to you, that medication will be given right back to them. And believe me, they will not be able to take that medicine. So I just wanted to come on and, share those thoughts with you guys. And I hope that this encourages someone to, just live for God. Focus on God, yourself, your happiness, and just be okay. Be okay. And it's gonna be okay. Just know that. It's not the end of the world when things happen in your life. So I hope that this be a blessing to any and everyone out there. And you guys, I thank you so much for your support. I thank you guys for supporting my channel, Tiki's World. And as always, I pray that you guys, your families, your loved ones, and just for everyone in the entire nation, I pray that you be blessed. And thanks for watching. Goodbye.